Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Two Alcoholics and a Microphone. I'm Tia.
Brian.
Jeremy.
Andrew.
Victoria.
And see, we found some friends.
Yes, indeed.
Howdy.
Hello.
So we're here today. We just attended a speaker meeting, and we'd like to explain what that exactly means. So a speaker meeting is formatted differently, and that's where a person comes in and speaks from their experience, strength, and hope, and they tell us a little bit who they are and how they got here and what they did and what they're like now. And for me, the interesting thing about that is that it's a lot easier to fit in early recovery because I didn't have to say anything. So there was no pressure for me to be vulnerable or transparent about where I was in my recovery, and it was a lot easier for me to assimilate into the community of recovery.
Yeah, well, I mean, exactly what Brian said. You know, for me, especially early on in my recovery journey, I came in pretty miserable. Like, what was up and what was down wasn't even really in my reality. So to be able to just go to a meeting, sit there, not really any attention on me, and focus on somebody's experience, that helped me relate my situation to, the whole aspect of what a program is, and then you get their strength and, that hope. That hope is really what I needed the most, and I got so much of out of a speaker meeting because you just get the whole story. There's not just the little nuggets that we get in the meetings. You just get, for me, I literally get in somebody's story. Like, I'm sitting in it and I'm feeling it, and that helps me, for one, get outside of myself and see that I am capable with a little bit of work, to make recovery possible in my life. And that's something that I really got out of from my journey through speaker meetings.
Yeah, I would agree. There are times when I should not talk. And speaker meetings allow me to not talk. And I do like sitting and listening to someone else's story because it, for me, even though the adventures aren't the same, it's the thinking, that I relate to. I can think of things similar that I did, and it reminds me of like the crazy thoughts I had in my head at the time. And, and it's a good reminder for me to know that I'm capable of doing that or thinking like that, and going to a speaker meeting and sitting through that is motivating me to not behave like that, as well as just hearing about how somebody recovered and got through some difficult time or some loss or any sort of just wifey situation in recovery is just, it's great to hear that, and it gives me hope that that I can do that too, without saying anything.
For me, a speaker meeting, that's what got me through the first couple of years, was going to speaker meetings and just relating to other people and understanding, not having to speak, not having to admit that I'm an alcoholic yet. In a regular meeting, I was not ready to say, hi, I'm Victoria, I'm an alcoholic. So for me, it was easier to listen to other people's stories, like these guys had said, and get into other people's heads, per se, and relate to other people. So I didn't feel as much of a black seed. I fit into to everything with the people. For me, speaker meetings were the best way to go to start out.
Yeah. See, for me, they were hard because I don't know how to shut up. My first sponsor told me that I had to go to like X number of meetings and I had to be completely quiet and not say anything except for my name and I'm glad to be here, glad to be sober, and with that I'm just here to listen today. And that was quite a feat because I wanted to talk.
Yeah. I think I was annoyed when I first started going to them. I was annoyed because I was starting to admit that maybe, just maybe, I had a problem.
You know what? I still, when I first started going to them, I have to admit, I thought to myself, yes, I related to a lot of the stuff, and yeah, but I kept thinking to myself, well, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. And yeah, I was that bad.
Yeah.
But it was easier to flow into it opposed to going into a meeting and say, hi, my name's Victoria, I'm an alcoholic, and boom. So for me, it was easier to sit back and get through my own head. Yes, you are an alcoholic.
Yeah. I'm just like Tia. I gab. It's not hard for me. I can get on a roll. Now, some stupid stuff can come out because I embrace the weird maybe a little too much at times. But the listening part was huge for me because that's something I just never did in my life. You know, I was straight over the head, defiant as all get out. This is my way or the highway. And I didn't care who I ran over when I did it. The being able to, one, come in an honest state of mind, which was never my MO. But I'm grateful today that I didn't come in with that hardened self. Like I was just that defeated when I came in. So the ability to speak, one, helped me learn how raw I was at the beginning and take some of those, wisdoms that people said that cut me down and almost made me not want to come back because it was affecting my pride, right? But then in turn, taking the initiative, the action to actually talk to other people about it, which is something I never would have done. I would have just made my decision and moved on. Helped me learn that my thoughts were really way outside of the picture of recovery.
All right, since everyone's looking at me, I will put in my 2 cents. So, since we're talking about early recovery, it was super uncomfortable for a couple reasons. First of all, I did not like myself. And so the recovery community is a group of people that love me till I learned to love myself. And it was very off-putting.
Sure.
The well-wishing and the overall nice demeanor of everyone, always encouraging me, and that's what the meetings are about, to encourage the newcomer to take a look at themselves inward and figure out what's going on and take a step in the right direction. And so there's the admitting that I was wrong, that I'd lived, I think it goes back to childhood when I was asked to do something and I said no. And I understood how powerful that was in getting my way. Now, I would be like, finish your broccoli and your milk or you can't watch TV. And I'd say no. So I would look at my brother watching television in the family room. And I'd sit there with warm milk and cold broccoli. And I actually met someone a couple of years ago. He said I would hide my broccoli in the milk. And I'm like, I wonder if that worked.
In there.
So I was like, wow.
Interesting idea.
Yeah.
I remember stuffing fish in a little fish thing in a little homemade, like, old school antique oven with the doors open. I shoved all that in there. My mom looking for that for like weeks.
Oh,
Just sitting there like, I don't know.
that's funny.
I don't know why that went.
That's yuck.
It is.
I didn't ever finish my food though. I was like Brian.
I'm always hungry.
See, but my
I am
my
now.
father did the opposite. Last one done has to do the dishes.
Oh,
Oh,
crap.
yeah. That'd have been me.
Yep.
Like in a Christmas story when they show me how the piggies eat. The kid goes, and eats his whole plate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually just snorted.
I could only eat one thing at a time.
Yeah.
What?
I
So I
couldn't,
got-
I
I
couldn't
like
eat a
this stuff.
spoonful of corn and then take a bite of pork chop. It was not going to work. It had to be all the corn, all the mashed potatoes, and then I could enjoy the pork chop.
Interesting.
See, I've always been one
That's your
if I had
controlling
that,
nature.
Could be.
If I had all that, I'd cut up the pork chop, and I still do. Cut up the pork chop, mix all of it together
Yeah.
with the corn, and eat it that way. That would be. You'd watch me eat, and you'd be so stressed
I would
out.
just be.
Well, we just
On the
went from
floor
recovery
storming.
to a food channel.
Look, here's the thing though. Food
Mm.
is like the only thing we have left.
Yeah.
So it's okay if we stray off into the food giggle weeds a little bit, because man, I say this a lot. Eric Clapton was talking about his recovery, and he said that the very first substance that he ever abused for a change of headspace was sugar.
Mhm.
Most alcoholics do.
And I was like, man, don't say that's a substance.
It's good.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Don't take my sugar away.
Yeah, that's
It's
dangerous.
like I was reading, or the thing I was listening to yesterday. He was talking about your heart and brain and everything, and then he said the most abused substance. Didn't say any drugs. Sugar.
Yeah. That's, from what I understand, is what the craving
Fake
really is all
news.
about. Yeah. The sugar that's in alcohol
Yeah.
leads you to that
Diabetes. And
that
everything.
that fixation of I'm missing sugar. Obviously there's the obsession of the alcohol and or the drug. From what I've learned, it's the obsession of missing that sugar.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
for me, it's also you always want more. It's like you have. For me, if I have a piece of cake or if I have a really good dessert, it tastes good, and I'm a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
I've never eaten like 4 pounds of M&Ms though in one sitting.
Come
You
close.
haven't?
That's the difference.
Well, that's
Oh.
what he's comparing it to alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've come close.
okay. Well, I guess that makes one of you.
Yeah, I was going to say one of you also took. Yeah, that's
I've ate
about
a
it.
pound a minute. I struggled today.
Y'all, I'll make a pumpkin cheesecake and eat it.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
Just the whole thing.
Oh
Love
my
it.
gosh.
I'm
Yeah,
an ice
it's-
creamaholic.
Pumpkin pie.
Just toss the lid in the garbage.
Yeah, forget it.
Gonna just commit to it. We
It's
shouldn't talk
it
about
has
ice
the
cream.
most stuff in it.
I mean-
love it with the caramel and chocolate.
I have a harder time walking past the candy aisle at the grocery store than I do the liquor aisle.
Same
I don't even notice the
So
liquor
bad.
aisle anymore, but I noticed some Reese's.
with the caramel in it.
Yeah.
I've heard about those.
Well, we joke about this, but I should have stock in Mike and Ike's if you know what
Yeah.
Mike and Ike's are.
You should.
I know. I know. I eat them like crazy.
Candy.
I thought that was so random. Like
Where do you
several
get candy
times, like
cigarettes?
Tia, would you like some Mike and
I haven't
Ike's? And I'm
seen
like,
this forever.
no, but thank you. That's a random kind of candy to just have in your purse. But okay, I'm not judging.
Sure, you're not.
Yeah.
We're on the same page with ice cream, though.
Yeah.
Sour Patch Kids.
See, I can't stand the sour stuff.
I love Sour Patch Kids.
I love ice cream. It just doesn't love me.
Yeah.
Lactose intolerant.
Oh, they have lactose free.
I know, it's more expensive.
Yeah, no.
Cheap.
But,
What's
you
the
know.
point? It's like light beer.
Okay, well, we're all over the
Anyway.
place. And so, I think this is maybe a good time for us to wrap this up. What do you think, Brian?
Okay. Chewy Spree compressed with a gummy bear is my.
How about the chewy sweet tarts?
Oh my God, right? Those are so good.
Do you know what's really
Those
good?
Especially
ones?
pocket warm. Okay, see this.
We've railed.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
Mike and Ike's with peanuts. It's like a
Ooh.
peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You gotta eat it together. It's
Yeah.
Oh
That's-
no. Okay, that's bad.
Thank
I know
you,
that now.
Victoria, for that new recipe.
Okay, well, okay. We've got tons more cool stuff coming. This is a learning curve. As you've noticed, I've just now figured out how to use a different camera instead of just my laptop. So we're moving right along.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.